Shabbat Shalom. I heard a few good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to see you. We open our prayer books to page 4, and you know, all week we do such beautiful, productive work, but that's work that kind of makes us feel sometimes a little separate. So now we're here together. We're going to do the work on Shabbat that makes us feel together. We're going to sing Hine Matov V'Manayim, how beautiful it is to be together here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Hine Matov V'Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, 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 Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov V'Manayim, Hine Matov V'Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, 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 Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
It is wonderful to be here together. Rabbi Lader and I have been very much entrenched in the teen mission this past week. We're leaving 2 weeks from Monday, and I feel like we should all do some kind of mixer about our first names right now, get to know each other, but maybe a little bit later. In the meantime, we're going to welcome Shabbat with lighting candles, of course, on page 13 as we invite Debbie Levin forward to light our Sabbath lights. So one of the mixers was, if you could only pick one Costco item to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Think about it, and by the end of the service, tell your neighbor. It's hard, right? It's hard.
Light is the foundation of life, yet impossible to touch. Light is flowers growing and fruit trees blossoming, photosynthesis and rainbows shimmering. Light is energy and romance, enlightenment and lightning. Light is red and violet and magenta and blue, lasers and campfires, warmth and illumination, the sunset and the dawn. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, eternal source of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We turn to page 34 for Lechadodi.
Everybody sing after Cantor Michaels. At home or here, sing after him with us.
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור לך, והשמיענו ערך המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושם תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה. Rise together. בואי בשלום עטרת מלך, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, 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 לך דודי,
At the bottom of page 41. May these prayers change me, this community work through my spirit. May the symbols around me shine in my heart, the words of Torah light up my eyes. May these friendships flow through me like a wave, this family move me like a full moon. May these prayers change me, so that my life becomes a joyful song.
Yikador, Yikadash Merabah, Amen. Be'alma divrach irteh, ve'amlich malchuteh, v'chayechon, v'yomechon, v'chayerecho bet Yisrael. Bagala, uvizma karim, v'imeru, Amen. Yehesh merabah mevorach, le'alam ulam me'almaya, yitbarach, וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמיר על מעלה וימרו אמן יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 יאי לה 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 ברכו את אדוני
Together at the top of 45. If fear is like a rock, then let me be a hammer. If sorrow is a fire, then let me be the sea. When challenges arise, may my heart increase in strength, like the moon that shines brighter when the darkness falls. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, O God, who makes the evening fall. Page 50. O God, you traveled with our fathers as they journeyed through the wilderness. You sang with our fathers at the shores of the Red Sea. You stood with our fathers as they fought against oppression. You have brought us all here, fathers and mothers, daughters and sons, to our own promised land of freedom.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Together on page 57. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
So today was the last day of school for my 2.5-year-old and my 4-year-old, and I thought they understood. My son definitely understands. The older one and the little one, we've been talking about it for weeks. This is your last day of school. You won't have Miss Lois anymore. Do you get Miss Lois? My daughter's favorite person, definitely likes her better than me. So we were in class today, and I said, say goodbye to Miss Lois. Tell her you love her and thank you. And she says, bye, Miss Lois. I love you so much. Thank you. And then she's walking out the door. She goes, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. So as we prepare to pray together these words of Mi Chamocha, we understand that redemption for some means something different than redemption for others, but that all of us could use a little more freedom in our lives. Page 62.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn now to page 63 and read responsively at the bottom of the page. Now I lay me down to sleep.
Thank you, God, for the gift of rest and rejuvenation.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Watch over me and my loved ones as we transition to a new day.
Your love to guard me through the night.
May my dreams and aspirations be worthy of your blessing.
And wake me in the morning light.
To serve you in faithfulness and bring about a better day.
Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת Shabbat v'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Adonai sifatai tivtahu fi agitehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Umel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'imaot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah.
We read together. Prayer invites us to let God's presence suffuse our spirits, to let God's will prevail in our lives. Prayer cannot bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. Baruch atah Adonai, Machayeh HaKol. Blessed are you, O God, who renews all things.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
As you're seated, we pray silently.
רצון, אמרי
to you.
Be acceptable to you.
The meditations of my heart.
The meditations of my
Be
heart.
pleasing unto you. O God, my rock.
God,
And
my
my
rock,
Redeemer. May the words of my mouth.
the meditations of my heart.
Be acceptable to you, O God.
We continue with the Misha Berach on page 83. So often when we join together in this prayer, our focus turns to friends who are dealing with a medical problem. They're in the hospital. We think about a member of our family. This week has been a very difficult week, I think, with the deaths of two people who are dealing with depression. I'm sure that all of us know people who at times are depressed. Perhaps we are depressed at times. But our prayer perhaps this evening should be for those who are facing consequences and challenges we all can't even begin to understand. I know Kate Spade, I don't know that much about her life, but Anthony Bourdain was one of my kind of heroes. I watched him, I DVR him, I prepare for all my trips by watching what he did on that trip. And I always thought that his life was unique. And someone wrote the following message, sent me a message because he knew about that kind of relationship. He said, you know something, I always wanted to be that man, Anthony, but whoever knew what was going on in his life, you know, what the problems and pain and the sorrows were. So when we look at those people around us who perhaps need a Misha Berach, our focus should be not simply on those who are dealing with a broken limb in the hospital for a medical problem, but we know so many that we can help who perhaps need our help and our support as they're going through the challenges of trying to find a way to make life meaningful. For them, we add the prayer, Misha Berach.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
So before I start, I want to tell you I've been thinking about every Costco food I've ever bought. So my first thought was macaroni and cheese, but it kind of gets tiresome after a while, so I still haven't figured out what food it is that I would consistently eat. If that was the only Costco food that I could ever eat. Maybe pizza. Maybe dark chocolate. I just don't know. Anyway, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I am consistently surprised at how a fad can spread like wildfire. Whether it's a fashion trend of a woman's skirt length, or a teenage cultural phenomenon like bottle flipping, and if you don't know what that is,
simply consider yourself lucky. I actually told my kids that bottle flipping was illegal, and they almost believed me for a second. As with most fads, no one's ever heard of it, and then suddenly everyone's doing it. For instance, the current trend is the video game Fortnite. Every teen, and I mean every teen, girls and boys alike, are fixated on this game. As parents, it's all we hear about. All of our kids are playing it, and it feels like one of those scenes from a horror movie where the aliens are taking over the brains of our children. Basements all across the country, maybe around the world, are filled with youngsters wearing headphones with those built-in microphones, plotting the next move with their friends while simultaneously screaming at their screens. It's truly insane. But I don't actually want to talk about Fortnite tonight. I don't want to talk about bottle flipping, and I especially don't want to talk about the length of my skirt. Oh wait, I'm wearing pants. Instead, I want to talk about Laurel and Yanny. Have you heard about this? It's new and it's gone viral. Okay, listen to this.
Laurel, 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 Laurel.
Okay, so what do you hear? Is it Laurel or is it Yanny? Okay, let's take a vote. Raise your hand if you heard Laurel. Yeah? Now raise your hand if you heard Yanny. Interesting. It's crazy. It turns out that according to a Twitter poll, about 47% of us hear the word Yanny, and about 53% hear Laurel. But it's the same recording. So which one is it? Laurel and Yanny is a recording that originated on vocabulary.com, a website that contracted opera singers to record every English word in the dictionary for pronunciation purposes. But it was actually a group of teens who recognized that people were hearing different things here. Professor Brad Story, a professor of speech, language, and hearing at the University of Arizona, analyzed the recording, even recorded himself saying the two words. It turns out that the sound waves for Laurel and Yanny are remarkably similar, and what you hear depends on a few different things. Number one, priming. What are you prepared to hear? I actually mentioned the words before playing them. That might have influenced what you heard. Number two, frequency and age. What you hear is dependent on the frequency that the sound is played at and the age of your ears. It turns out that here, we hear Yanny at a higher frequency and Laurel at a lower one. And as we age, we tend to lose our hearing in the higher frequencies. And number three, your brain. Your brain has to make a snap decision about which frequency to listen to. And then number four, the quality of the recording also makes a huge difference, whether you're listening to it through your phone or your tablet, on your computer, or with headphones. So the question is, are you Team Laurel or are you Team Yanny? So there's a similar exercise that dates back a few years to a picture of a dress. You remember this one? Can you see it? No, hold on. I just turned it on. Try it again. Is it there? No. Let's try the other direction. There it is. Now some people see a blue and black dress. Just stand up if you can't see it. It's fine. I know it's fairly small screens for the back. So some people see a blue and black dress. Raise your hands if you see blue and black. Interesting. Okay. While some people looking at the very same picture see the dress as white and gold. Raise your hands. Interesting. Okay, so you're going to think I'm crazy because only a few of you see blue and black. Okay, so is it back to the pretty picture? Okay. Scientists explain that this has to do with where you're looking at the picture. Are you outside surrounded by blue light or inside with artificial yellow light? And, as with the recording, there are other factors that influence what you see. The fact is, we don't hear the same thing or see the same thing, and Laurel and Yanny, as well as the dress experiment, remind us that each of us interprets the world around us differently. And in cases like this, we don't even realize it. You hear laurel, I hear Yanny. You see blue, well, some of you, I see gold. And we believe it with our heart and our soul that that is the absolute truth. It's the same thing in the Torah portion this week, Shalach Lecha. This is the story of when Moses sends 12 spies to scout out the land of Israel. What do they see? Well, 10 of them come back with reports of giants and monsters and frightful things. We must have looked like grasshoppers to them, they reported to Moses. Only 2, Caleb and Joshua, return with positive and optimistic stories, saying, "It is an exceedingly good land of prosperity and hope. It is our promised land." How can it be that 10 see only the negative, while the other 2 are enthused and encouraged for their future? Are they really looking at the same thing? Surely they must be, but clearly with a different perspective. And so rather than being about blue light or yellow light or sound frequency, the factors here, I believe, are fear and faith. When we approach the world from a perspective of fear, it is human nature to lean to the negative. What can go wrong, we ask? The answer is everything. The people in the land were like giants, and we were like grasshoppers. But as one commentator explained, because they were like grasshoppers in their own eyes, therefore others saw them as grasshoppers as well. What if they had walked in with confidence, determination, and hope? What would they have seen then? Perhaps they would have seen the land as Joshua and Caleb did, a land flowing with milk and honey, grapes so big that 2 men had to carry them. That was a sign of abundance and possibility, not a sign of dread or anxiety. They had the faith that what God had promised would come to fruition. So I have to admit, I've always been something of a worrier. In fact, I remember when one worry ended, I'd be thinking about what to worry about next. But my fabulous husband, Sheldon, ever the optimist, taught me, why worry at all? It's wasted energy, he would say. Wasted energy that just upsets you and draws your focus from the things that you need to pay attention to. When a challenging situation presents itself, then you can deal with it, one step at a time, not worrying at all before even being confronted with the reality. It's good advice. Sometimes it's hard to follow, but good advice just the same. I'd rather be like Caleb and Joshua. I'd rather have faith than fear. I'd rather look for the good than lean toward the bad. I'd rather feel confident than feel like a grasshopper. I'd rather be happy than sad. I'd rather laugh than cry. And I think we have a choice. Although worry and fear is very much a part of being human, there's a reason the spies were sent out in the first place. If it were only about faith, they wouldn't have needed to survey the land. But they had a choice to make. How were they going to approach their future? So whatever they saw there, whether it was a land filled with scary giants or a land of abundance, and whatever we see, whether a blue dress or a white one, whatever we hear, laurel or Yanny, how we interpret it is the ultimate question, and it's a choice we have to make. And so if you're still wondering about that recording, was it Laurel or Yanny? It turns out that Team Laurel wins. The original recording was one of the word laurel, and so if you raise your hand, you get extra brownies tonight at the Oneg. But just so you know, I still think it was Yanny. Shabbat shalom.
Who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. It's the song of the dreamers, from the dark place it grows.
Like a flower in the desert, the oasis of our souls. Come back where we belong. You hear our longing sighs. Our mouths, our lips are filled with song. You can see our tear-filled eyes.
Those who sow in tears, they'll reap in joy, will reap.
It's more fun you're singing. Try it out.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
One more time, every voice.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
We now call upon an officer of our congregation, Andy Bachnick, to come forward for the congregational announcements. I think he's going to bring his children up here with him, right, Andy? You going to bring the kids up with you?
Shabbat Shalom. Do you want to learn how to navigate your flow of consciousness more masterfully? Join our new Kabbalah class, User's Guide for the Soul, and gain tools to discover your highest self. Taught by Cantor Smolash, Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Please contact Maya at Temple to RSVP. This Sunday, June 10th, Brotherhood is sponsoring Pizza with a Purpose from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can dine in or carry out at California Pizza Kitchen. 20% of the sale will be given to Brotherhood for the Housing the Homeless project. Pick up a coupon from the messenger or on the table as you leave, or see Art Dubin in the back. Thursday evening, June 14th at 7 p.m., Temple Israel and 9 other synagogues are joining the Jewish National Fund to bring you a special guest. Alon Ben-Gurion, grandson of David Ben-Gurion, will speak firsthand, reliving his grandfather's legacy of those times and special insights. It will be at Congregation Beth Am. Flyers and information are available on the table outside of Corman. Israel is turning 70, and you're invited to celebrate. Come to the Detroit Riverfront on Wednesday, June 20th, where there will be a community-wide celebration of historic proportions to commemorate Israel. There will be an afternoon and evening of Israel-themed spirit, fun, and festivity. Tickets are available online at israel70/det.org, or pick up a flyer as you leave. Save the date for Friday, June 22nd, 2018, for our Shabbat service celebrating Rabbi Jennifer and Ryan Kaluzny's 13th anniversary at Temple Israel. The picnic begins at 6 p.m., followed by a service at 7:30 p.m. In case of inclement weather, we will celebrate inside. Watch the messenger for details. For further information or to RSVP or volunteer for any of these programs, check the information table as you leave or call the temple office during regular business hours. Please join us after services for the Oneg and Shabbat greetings. On behalf of the officers and members of the Board of Trustees, let me wish each of you a Shabbat Shalom.
We now have the pleasure of calling to the bima for the honor of opening the Ark, Hannah Safransky, who is coming forward to celebrate her recent conversion to Judaism. We also call all of the children in the congregation forward to help her as we rise and turn to page 189.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please be seated. At this sacred moment, we recall all of those who died during the past 30 days of Shloshim in our congregational family. Kathy Berman, Lewin Bernardi, Robert Blondie, Marilyn Chasen, Rosalind Cohen, Elaine Dvorkin, Bob Feldman, Teddy Fine, Dora Friedman, Seward Golden, Beryl Goldfield, Hope Neff Grant, Eileen Holtzman, Randy Howard, Kathleen Canners, Irving Kay, Stuart Comer, Fern Kopnick, Dr. Andrea Page, Stephen Patler, Dr. Stephen Pitt, Marilyn Pollock, Harry Posar, Robert Redlick, Dr. Misha Sachs, Miriam Sherbin, Ida Stein, Karen Weingarten, Helen A. Wotasik, and Hope Neff Grant. We recall too those whose yahrzeits fall at this time: Jerome Baranek, Fanny Blatnikoff, Joseph Brody, Ben Butson, Rose S. Butson, Helen Gloria Corman, Geraldine Feldman, Esther Ginsberg, Jack Israel, Philip Kahn, Sarah Kahn, Hanley L. Kaiser, Florence Canners, Rose Levine, Zelda Goldberg-Levitt, Martin Loss, Herbert Margolis, Hannah Mayer, Harry Rubenfire, Norman Schreiber, Ruby Schreiber, Louis Schwartz, Harold S. Tobias, Mary Tushman, Faye Wiener, Harry Blatnikoff, Alan Schwartz, Ronald Finsilver, Otto Wertheimer, Frank Sharkus, Albert Okrent, Ethel Okrent, Lester Friedman, Cindy Rich, Mary Collins, Sam Goldman, Harold Haber, and Adele Ruby. May their souls and the souls of all of our beloved departed be bound up in the bond of eternal life and everlasting love, as on page 199 we rise to remember them. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'almad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei techol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yimiru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mubarach leolam olamei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei l'kudusha b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, Damiram Bialma Vimru Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav. Uya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved among us, and let us say, Amen.
We conclude our service at the bottom of 199 with Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom B'mromav. Uya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al. Back to the top. Oseh Shalom B'mromav. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.